Hey everyone, let me ask you something. What if I told you that a simple staff could turn into 7 divine orbs with just the right amount of luck? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because today we're diving deep into a money making method that could turn just a few exalted orbs into huge profits. And when I say huge, I mean up to 7 divine orbs. But we'll get to that part later. In my last video, I tested 2 currency farming methods. One of them was using Pillar of the Caged God. A lot of you had questions, so today we're focusing entirely on this strategy, how it works, what you're really looking for, and how much you can make if you get lucky, because trust me, this is one of those one does not simply ignore free currency moments. Let's break it down. The base item, Pillar of the Cage God Long Quarterstaff, isn't that expensive. You can grab one for around 5 exalted orbs. Now, 5 exalts might sound like a lot, but here's the trick. By using Vaal orbs, you have a shot at turning that cheap staff into something worth divines. And if you've played Path of Exile long enough, you already know that Vaal orbs are like rolling the dice at a casino. You either walk out feeling like a god or you lose everything and start questioning your life choices. Now, in the last video, I mentioned we were aiming for the 12% increased weapon damage per 5 strength corruption. And while that's good, there's something even better. What you really want is the increased attack speed stat. That's where the big money is, and I'm talking huge profits, the kind that makes you double check if you actually just got that lucky. Before we get into the numbers, let's talk about the setup. First, you buy the staves, just make sure they are the non-corrupted ones. Then you use Artificer's Orbs to add 2 socket runes. This part is essential. Without those 2 sockets, your staff won't sell for top tier prices. Think of it like trying to sell a car without wheels. No one's buying it. Once that's done, it's time for the fun part. Hitting it with Vaal orbs and hoping for the best. This is where your gambling instincts come in. Are you feeling lucky? Because if you hit the right corruption, the profits are absolutely insane. Now, here's where it gets exciting. If you land 6% increased attack speed, you're looking at around 100 exalted orbs. That's already a massive win. If you hit 7% increased attack speed, that's already almost a divine orb right there. Not bad, right? But the real jackpot, 8% increased attack speed. And that's the one that sells for around 7 divines. That's an insane return for something that started as a 5 exalt staff. Now let me put this into perspective. Imagine you're in the middle of a trade, and someone just hands you 7 divines for an item you gambled on. That's not just a good deal, that's the kind of trade that makes you do a little happy dance in your chair. Now let's talk about another corruption that's still solid. 12% increased weapon damage per 5 strength. If you land this, it's not as insane as attack speed, but it's still valuable. Why? Because Pillar of the Caged God scales entirely off strength. The more strength you stack, the more raw damage you get. And with this corruption, that scaling goes even further. While it doesn't reach the heights of 7 divines, it still sells for up to 2 divines. Players looking to max their builds will pay a decent price for it. So if you hit this, don't be disappointed, it's still a solid win. But let's be honest, there's a flip side to this. Sometimes you'll hit something worthless. But here's the thing, don't panic. Even if luck isn't on your side, you can still sell the staff and recover some of your investment. So while you might not hit the jackpot every time, you're never truly walking away empty-handed. And remember, 99% of gamblers quit before they win big. Some of you also asked about using quality on the staff before corrupting. While it does increase the value a bit, it's not necessary, even if you don't use quality. A properly corrupted Pillar of the Caged God can still go for 6 divines. So, whether you want to invest extra or keep it simple is completely up to you. It's like deciding whether to supersize your fries. You don't have to, but sometimes it just feels right. And let's talk about the risk. This method is all about risk and reward. You might not hit a jackpot every time, but when you do, the payout is insane. And let's be real. Gambling in Path of Exile is half the fun. And by the way, let's talk about time. How long does this take? Well, that's entirely up to you. There are over 10,000 pillars in the market right now. You can whisper sellers and buy them quickly. The only part that takes any real time is buying the pillars. Once you have them, using Vaal orbs and Artificer's orbs is fast. So overall, this method doesn't take much time. If you're efficient with buying, you'll be rolling in profit before you know it. And there you have it, 7 divines from a single corruption, if you get lucky enough. But hey, even if you don't hit the jackpot, this method is still solid for making consistent profit. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this or if you have any questions. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Path of Exile money-making strategies. See you in the next one.